overtime topic right now. I was playing and Lemonade came in. I was talking about the amount of vault weapons or new vault weapons slash new weapons they can add, primaries I'm talking about, to the base game of 2042 or All Out Warfare. Um, and I counted around 50. They could add 50 primary weapons, including 2 for each new season. So that's 4 new ones, right? Primaries I'm talking about. And then all the vault weapons that could potentially be a vault weapon. And Gravity, I don't know if you want to show this image here. It's the red image with all the portal weapons that are gonna be released. Those
Yeah, these were the
include the
ones that were upcoming the portal, though, right? Not coming to.
right, just for portal, but
Yep.
could potentially be a vault weapon.
Yep. Here we go.
Okay, so we got the MTAR, which is a really well known BF3 weapon, very popular. Surprised that wasn't just automatic. The AUG, the AUG from
Dog would be
BF3,
fun.
one of my favorite weapons. One of my favorite weapons. I'm kind of happy. The Sten, that was one of my favorite Battlefield 1, or in a Battlefield 5. Wait, it was in Battlefield 1 too, wasn't it?
1942 5, yeah.
Yeah.
5, okay, 5, yeah, 5. I love the Sten. Sten's a great default primary weapon. That would be for 1942. I don't know. So a lot of these weapons are coming out for Portal. This is not confirmed or anything, but this is what's in the game files. They may or may not show up, and they may or may not show up as vault weapons. Now they said they're kind of cherry picking weapons to bring over to All Out Warfare or 2042.
The VSS.
So
I don't
the
think
fact
that's
that
gonna
I
make it.
counted, you don't think that one's gonna make it?
See, I feel like this is
because
way
it's
too
too
similar
similar.
to the whatever the BS
The Valve.
DVM or
Exactly. So that's the discussion. Lemonade Rob, what do you think? Adding all 50, and I didn't choose the ones that are like copy pasted, like 2 different M4s, or like I don't know. And you know what I'm talking about, Lemonade, right?
Yeah, BF3 M4 versus BF4, kind of like If you
yeah. Just one. Yeah, like, I only chose one of them. So, what are your thoughts on adding that amount of weapons to the all-out warfare pool? What are your thoughts on that?
I think maybe I'll get roasted for it. I don't think they should. I think that
Okay.
I think a lot of people get in that they're like they want the variety, they want something to grind for. But when you lay out 50 weapons, and wait, now was that including
by the end, including everything? Like by the end,
okay, so it's
of
50
season 4. By the end of season 4, we could have about 50 if they added
the end of
all
season
the
4 is
portal
when?
weapons.
Like April?
No, it would be probably midsummer
or like summer.
Yeah,
summer. I mean, 50 weapons, that's a lot. My thing is just like I feel like it waters down the experience. Like there's just first of all balance could be an issue, and then on top of that, like our guns. I mean, I'm sure like the recoil patterns and the damage values on a lot of these are going to be copy pasted from other weapons because there's just at
Which
50.
we've seen already.
Yeah.
Yep, and then it's like, is it even worth it? I mean, it's just a cosmetic thing at that point. I mean, I guess, but like for me personally, I think the cadence of like 2 or 3 vault weapons plus 2 or 3 new 2042 weapons is more than enough. I think that's pretty sufficient. I mean, most games, Vanguard, when I was following that, I think they only had like 2 new guns per season. So that, I mean, we're already ahead of them in that regard. So I think expectation is pretty good.
I think the biggest problem with 2042 is that it launched with so few of guns. So there's a lot of room to grow. And I do agree with Lemonade on the fact that I think maybe 50 is too much, especially. But I mean, we'll see. But I mean, by the time season 4 rolls around, I think the cadence of adding 2 or 3 every month would be fantastic. That's a lot of content that you can drip out, depending on what weapon it is. Adding ones from maybe Bad Company 2 or 1942, the World War II guns, maybe that's not necessary.
Yeah.
I do find it funny that they said the Sten, or maybe this is Emporial's thing, so this isn't quite right, but the Sten was not technically in... The Sten was called the MP18 in 1942, so I guess that's technically a Sten, but anyway, I think the amount just is... It'll I think balance is completely the biggest factor. Like, if you're releasing guns that are broken, what I don't want to see is the game being left without a future patch with one or two extremely broken, overpowered guns, or some guns that don't work at all. That's what I don't want to see. So as long as the cadence is such that they're balanced and working as intended, then I think, go for it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that if you're releasing 50, you just don't have enough time between now and end of season 4 to like properly QC. I mean, we already know that they don't QC some things anyway, but to properly QC things before the next round of guns is due to be released. Yeah.
One of the biggest complaints right now is that it seems like the vault weapons that are coming out seem to be a little like confusing and cheap. Like, where's all my like attachments? Where's my like skins? I can't put anything on this. Why don't I have more ammo? I only have like one ammo type. Like, what's going on here? People are confused by these vault weapons. Luckily, it has a tag saying vault weapons to make it sound different, that they're porting over things from Portal. I don't even think that's even clear. It kind of seems like, I would bet a lot of people don't even know Portal exists, to be honest, or like how it should properly work, in terms of like the eras and all the mixtures you can have. But yeah, that's like the number one complaint is that we're getting these new weapons, but they're so bland and there's not a lot going on with them right now. There's no form of progression other than, the tier system, which doesn't even bring any rewards to that. So,
this is
that's going to be an issue.
This is a either you do or you don't type of scenario. Of this is exactly what Dice said of, they're fixing a problem of not having enough weapons in the game in the first place, and now they're just trying to fulfill that community request of putting the portal guns in the main game mode as fast as possible without any too many glitches or anything. And you know what? I don't care. I got more guns to shoot people with. I think that's the primary goal. In the end, maybe towards season 4, if they have some extra time on their hands, they can add a T1 skin to every one of these vault guns. I think that would be that would be a bare minimum thing that they could do. Just at least a T1 skin, because hey, at least there's something to grind for. But I think I have no issues with adding a bunch more vault guns to the game at this point.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that too. Even when you brought it up, Julian, I necessarily don't. I wouldn't mind if they wanted to add in all 50, but credit to them. At least there's like plenty of content already built within the game that they have to release for us by the end of season 4, and maybe some holiday events afterwards or whatever to close off the year. If they end 2042 at the end of next year, if that's their plan.
It seems like season 4 is the end. It really seems that way, though it's not official. Mm-hmm. They can still do season 5, 6, 7, whatever the fuck they want to do. But we know for a fact that we will get 2 more maps. For a fact. All right. And we will get 2 more specialists and weapons, at least plural, it said. So at least 2 weapons per the next 2 seasons. And then, the battle pass, of course, 100 skins, every skin imaginable. That's what we have. And that's the end of 2042. But does it really have to be? So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to have doing with this game. But it sure seems like with this new team in Seattle that we're learning about, the what were they called? Ridgeline games, right? Ridgeline. They got that. DICE, Sweden, Ripple Effect. It seems like they're going to pull these teams together again and make another Battlefield game that is just hopefully better than this one, for God's sake. So I feel like it's a sure thing. Season 4, that's it, baby. Like, after that, it's just, I don't know, drip feeding stuff or, small little events if they want to. I just don't know when the next Battlefield is going to be and how long we'll have to wait, because we waited so long for this one.
I think the proper way to do to have a real send off of the game at this point is, we know that the game's missing content. At least somewhere at the middle of season 4, what they should do is maybe they don't drip a little bit slower in season 4, and then maybe towards the end they like, hey, here's another map, here's 5 or 6 or 8 more guns, and we're gonna give it to you right here. Here's the last giant content batch of the game. This is gonna be it for content, but you have all this. We're gonna give you all this stuff, and then say we will follow this up with 3 consecutive patches to make sure that we iron out any bugs associated with the map or these guns. Sure. And then that's it. And I think that would be
put out the article.
Yeah, that would be a decent way to send it off. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's probably that's probably more likely what's going to happen. What's the cadence of Battlefield games like when they release one? Generally, I mean, I don't know if there is an average, but is there an average of like how long from release till the next one is released? Like, is it 2-3 years?
2 to 3 years.
About 2 years. Okay.
Let's see. So, yeah, BF5 was 2018. 2021 was Battlefield 5 or 2042, and I think BF1 was 2016. So. Right? Was it 2015 or 2016? I think it's 20.
I think like at the end of 2016, or no, the beginning of 2016, like somewhere around there. Yeah. I don't remember when it was actually released, but
one was October 21, 2016. So it was 2 years. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so that was actually a very short gap between BF1 and BF5, which you could tell. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's opposite now. Now we had a huge gap between Battlefield games, and we got a worse product.
COVID. Yeah. I mean, COVID and bad design decisions and scope and management. Yeah.
That sucked. I didn't want that. I didn't want that at all.
Technically, I guess it's plausible. They end it now. They got Ridgeline to slot in a single player experience, so they could probably knock out a lot quicker in the interim, in that lull, and then soon after that, maybe 6 months to a year, then we get Battlefield 8 or whatever the hell they call it.
That's my dream goal for them is if you have Ridgeline exclusively developing a single player and DICE Sweden and Ripple exclusively developing this multiplayer component, and the studios have 2 to 3 years to really master and iron out this stuff and can launch them together. I think if they can at least accomplish it, I think that would, God, that would be wonderful.